What is up, Stady Sports Network? I'm here with a extremely special guest, head coach of the Jersey Bearcats, 2023 AL champion, Coach AJ. Coach, how you doing tonight?
Great, great. Glad to have you. I mean, glad to have me. Sorry. Glad to be on.
Man, coming off a championship, that must feel great. How are you feeling overall about that?
Oh, phenomenal. Creating the AL2 league and then to win it all with the talent we had. We had former AFL players, IFL players, CIF players. I mean, talent-wise, we were loaded. And, to come out and, finish the season after losing the first game finish 9-1 is phenomenal. That's hard to do.
And it's pretty amazing what you guys did, like you said, going 9-1. But I think what's more amazing, what we were talking about off camera, you guys being a developmental team, trying to get guys to the next level. I mean, you have so many former players that are in the IFL, in the NAL. What is that process like when a player comes to you, and how do you set goals for your individual players?
Those guys that have experienced, the next level. For instance, like, Javon Young, he was with Jacksonville Sharks in the NAL. And he was behind names, that, again, people have coach places, they have their own players. So they're going to bring those players, and those guys are going to get first dibs. But to sit around on a team for 8 weeks, that tells you that kid is pretty good. He just needs to get some more film, and then he went to Orlando, finished with Orlando. So it tells you the kid's good enough to definitely play there, because in the NAL with two storied, franchises that have been around the arena for a while. And not anybody can just go and play on those teams. So for him, he just wanted to come and get more film, and why not come to a team that's, we have everything in order. We had our games on YouTube. We had a arena style field, not really so much in a soccer venue. We had walls, we traveled, stayed overnight, took road trips, but unfortunately we didn't give guys, $150 a game. But you still got quality film to continue to move, and I think that's the ultimate goal.
And I mean, that's the best part about it. I personally love you guys' field and setup overall. Like, I feel like it's such a family friendly experience, being so close to the field. Most arenas are close to the field, but you guys are just at a different level with that experience. So your field setup, how did you personally come up with that?
So actually, how we even got into that venue, because we didn't. That was our first year in that venue in Waranaco, and I was on Facebook, and a girl I went to college with actually had her birthday party there, and I'm like, "What field is this in Roselle? Like, I don't know nothing about this indoor field with turf in Roselle." So sure enough, I just started doing some Googling, and that's how I found it.
That's amazing. I mean, that field is. I'm a huge fan of it. Watching on YouTube, the quality of the streams too. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my next question for you. Most of the NAL teams' quality of streams look horrendous compared to you guys. How do you manage to get such a quality stream up and running?
PDF Sportsnet, Dave Pizzuto and his team, he reached out to me, and after seeing some of his work for the EFA, I think is a semi-pro outdoor league. I mean, his work was phenomenal, and it's almost like we couldn't pass up the opportunity of all the things he offered. We got stats and stuff after games. I mean, 3 cameras, camera on the field. I mean, it was just a phenomenal job. I mean, and we're just so glad to be able to partner and continue, our partnership with PDF for, the future.
Definitely. And so I kind of want to transition over to your personal career. You're a college coach yourself. The big news in college football is Deion Sanders, how he
Yeah.
changed Colorado around. What do you think about what Deion has done?
I mean, I think what he's doing out there in Colorado is phenomenal for the sport of for college football. What it's actually doing is hurting those bigger teams like Alabama and Clemson, because now, right, guys are able to chase the money, right, instead of chasing the name on the helmet or that logo. So it's definitely evening out college football, some, for some, but I just love what he's doing out there. He's bringing a different mentality, a different, approach to the game that it's successful, right? And a lot of people don't like it because we've never seen something like a guy stand at a podium with glasses and a hat on, right? We've never seen that, right? That's not traditional. So, just goes to show you there's so many styles of just, getting it done, and let alone his coaching staff. He's definitely got one of the best coaching staffs out there. That goes a long way as well, too, right? And when you walk in and he tells his team in a meeting that he's bringing his Louis bag and means in it, and there's one guy left, and you got to give it up to that guy that stayed, the middle linebacker. I forgot his name, but number 43. He was one of the only scholarship guys left on that team from last year, and he stayed and worked his tail off and continued starting. It's phenomenal what he's doing, man.
I love what Dion has done and the culture that he's instilled. Being a college coach, what culture is, front and center. It's important to build a culture, especially when you're dealing with college students. Being a quarterback coach, you're coaching quarterbacks, but they also have their full-time students as well. How do you manage that at such a valuable position?
I think it has a lot to do with our head coach at Kean, which was also my head coach. He took over my junior year, Dan Garrett. I mean, the way he approaches it's his Division I program. So, these guys, they have meetings and film at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, weight room, just like you do at, these big time schools. So that, when they get out of class and stuff, now you have to worry about just a quick, offense or defensive meeting, and then we go to practice. And then after that, maybe we can have we have our, like, quarterbacks, we'll meet like a Monday and Wednesday and watch film. Because they already watched film that morning, then they're watching film again Tuesday morning, then they're watching film again Wednesday with me. So, it all starts with how your program is built and where it allows time. So there's no excuses for these guys with classes and stuff.
That quality, quality and consistency over regimen. You know what I mean? You have to have the quality and consistency of what you're doing. It doesn't really matter how long you do it, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, you playing quarterback at Kean, and now you're back coaching. You have such a connection to that school. So if you had to think of one word or one phrase that describes the school, what would you say?
Cougar culture. Everybody that comes through the program, it's crazy. You hear guys come back and the mission statement back from, when I was there, these guys come back and they're saying phrases to our guys they're talking to our players now from back in the day, and they're saying the same phrases that are being, said today, and same exact mission statement, not changed word for word. And they're saying it. I think that right there just tells you what type of program and how people buy in, to what Coach G does at Kean. I think that's huge, and that's why I wanted to come back. Once my work schedule allowed me to do it, that was it. I was back. This is my 4th season now. They're coaching quarterbacks.
That's really cool. So kind of looking at the AL2, going into 2024, the league has taken amazing strides from what it was to what it is now. How many teams can we expect playing the league in 2024?
So right now, locked in for 2023, there's 11 locked in right now, including the 6 from last year. So there's 11 locked in. We may have a total of 16 if everything plays out.
Man, that's something. That's
adding another one in Texas and 4 more in the South.
That's more than the NAL and CIF have right now combined. So that's really impressive. Sure.
Yeah. It also comes. It's different money though, different financial obligations though. Right, not everybody has, a couple $100,000s of dollars, or, maybe low $1 million or whatever, to go into these bigger leagues. Right. And that's where the AL2 falls. And we still have the AL1 is still there, the professional side. It's just right now, as you can see, this arena world is upside down right now, except for the IFL. Right. The IFL right now is in its its own category.
Definitely.
So, we're sitting back and waiting and holding on. And we have the AL1 professional side of it, until the time is right. We took the league over with no rush, right? We wanted to come back out and then make sure it was right, right? And I think that was our best approach. Somebody asked, why start, the development level first? Because do you see the professional side right now? It's in shambles. And there's, like I said before, there's plenty of developmental teams that were just looking for something with structure, right? And to be organized and play a full season. And I think, we provided that, and we have a strong, foundation and background of, football and doing stuff the right way. After our first season, I think that was a very, very successful season.
I agree with that, and I think it's really cool to see how you've grown the league. You being part of the league ownership, you own a team. When you sit back and you look at the financials of the AL with travel, hotels, everything, how do you personally manage all that?
Do you want to stay in business next year, or you just want to be out of business by the end of the season? That's that's what it comes down to. Like you're looking forward toward the future, and you want to make sure that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's, because that financial obligation you got now is going to affect your next season. And a lot of people don't understand that. They want to go big and go into the big arenas, and then they can't finish it, and then the arena's empty. You're not making your money back. So what are you really doing? It's just, I guess, just to say, I have a professional team. That only goes so far. Got the financial side of it.
Well, Coach, it's been great having you on the show tonight. I learned a lot from you personally. My final question for you is, you seem to be living the dream. I mean, coaching football, you have a family. What at a young age inspired you to continue to push every day?
I think just not wanting to fail. Like I hate to fail, at anything. And then, I had my first daughter with my senior year of college back in 2008. Well, 2007, we found out she was born in 2008. So that, you definitely got to change, and then, just opportunity and again, not being a failure. That's the biggest thing,
Definitely.
and I think taking over the AL, I think was a huge plus, especially having background of playing, the game professionally. I started out in Arena 2 with the Albany Conquest in 2008, got released from there, and then went to Florida Stingrays in the AIFA, the real AIFA, which was the AIF now. It was the AIFA back in the day. And then, I ended in the IFL with the Lehigh Valley Steelhawks in 2011. So I played with great owners who did everything right. So when you take, a little bit of something from all those guys and put it together, this is what we got so far, right? And we're continue learning, right, to make sure we come out with a good product when that time is right for the professional side of the AL.
100%. Well, Coach, it's been great having you on today. I look forward to what the AL2 is going to be in the future, and I look forward to what you got in store for your career.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm a game changer.